Okay, so I started off learning the cello in a group of four kids. So I was about 7 years old then. And with the four of us, obviously, as you're learning the instrument, you can play different lines. So it was very basic stuff to begin with, sort of C, A, G, open strings or whatever. But I feel that from a very early age, beginning to learn in a group was a fantastic experience for me, because it just gives you, right from the beginning, a love of playing with other people. Because even if you don't understand everything that's going on harmonically at the very beginning when you're first learning, you get this immediate sense of harmonies going on in a group. And that was absolutely fantastic to begin with. Amazing being surrounded by the sound of the cello, because obviously I play the cello because I love the sound of the cello. And the amazing thing about it is that you can get such a huge range. So you have right at the bottom kind of big C string sounds, and then you have right at the top, you have the scope for playing really high on the A string, and you get this massive harmony of this sound. Every cello has a different sound on its own, but it's still this cello sound that kind of engulfs you, and it's just fantastic. So there are so many different opinions and ideas on technique, but I think the biggest thing is to be aware of how you're feeling. Are you feeling balanced? Are you feeling tension anywhere? Because tension is the worst thing that you can have when you play the cello. And then talk to your teacher about it. That's the biggest thing that I can say. I mean, when I had a wonderful teacher, still my teacher, Johannes Goritzky, who is very focused on a feeling of weight. So you're resting on the cello, and of course it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's difficult to put across just in a little conversation. But the main thing is, are you balanced? Are you feeling tension? If you are feeling tension, talk to the teacher. In terms of if you're going to be playing in a cello ensemble or any other kind of ensemble, sight reading is different. If you're all coming together to sight read something and to have fun together, that's a different thing. If you have a concert that you're preparing for, be prepared. Just turn up already prepared. You should know your music. You should have studied the score. I mean, I don't mean you have to study it in depth, but you should know what other people are doing. Write cues in. If it's a piece that you don't know, that you've never played before. Just anything that can make the rehearsal time more efficient. That's the biggest thing. Just always be prepared. I like to sing everything that I'm playing. I have a terrible voice. I have a very short range. But if you're at home and you're practicing something, it really doesn't matter who's listening, because A, they probably shouldn't be listening to you. They've got better things to do with their time. And B, it's okay for you to be singing badly, because then you can play it and you have a better idea of, how you would shape a phrase or something like that. In terms of, feeling daunted if you don't quite know where to go with it or how to put a musical idea into practice or something like that, is to just experiment. So try it, never be afraid of trying anything. At the beginning, when you're practicing, you can never be wrong. That's the biggest thing to remember. You can never be wrong. You're not in a performance situation at that point. So number one, experiment. And if it's not working and you go along, someone will tell you that it's not working, or they will make it clear that it's not working, or you will sense that. And that's okay, because the biggest thing also is just to be open to taking criticism, because it's not necessarily criticism if someone tells you that it's not working. It just means that you can experiment with something else. And that's totally okay. One thing to remember when you're practicing, I think, the way that we work as human beings is, if you think about someone inventing something, first of all, someone has an imaginative idea. So number one, the first thing that happens is the imagination happens. So you have an idea. Secondly, the brain works out how to do it. The brain is the mental thing, comes second. And thirdly, physically, our bodies actually do it or make it. So just make sure that you're sort of following a kind of order like that. So make sure that your idea, first of all, comes from some kind of inspiration. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be the sound of a fountain, it can be the wind going through the trees, it can be your walk to school that morning, or anything like that. But there has to be an imaginative idea first, and then your brain can, figure out how to do it. Would you, I don't know, technically, how would you do this? What fingerings would you use? What bowings would you use? And thirdly, then you actually do it. Never let your insecurities affect your decision making. If you get offered an opportunity, don't turn it down or and ah about it because you're not sure that you're good enough to do it or anything like that. If someone's offered you an opportunity, it's because they believe that you can do it. Yes, you will need to work hard, and don't accept it unless you think that you can put the work in. But if you let your insecurities have too much of an influence on your life and your decisions, you are sabotaging yourself, and you are sabotaging a career that you could potentially have.